Hey there, welcome to your dreaded Tuesday the 13th, 2026 morning update. Sorry about that. Sometimes I can't help myself. Way back in the late 70s, I got a job at McDonald's, making $2.35 an hour. The minimum wage was $2.30, so 5 cents above minimum. Woohoo! Boy, things were a lot cheaper then, though. And obviously it's changed. I actually worked for them for a very long time. I went into management training, some of the best training in the world, actually. And I ran restaurants and did all kinds of things, and I took those skills on to other restaurants and then somehow ended up in high tech, where I stayed to this very day. If you've ever been in food service, high tech is a step up and away from customers. Okay? But I do think everybody needs to work in a job where they have to deal with the public every day, not because it'll teach you to hate people, because not everybody's bad, but you just need the experience. It really tells you a lot about human nature. You'd be surprised what will make people nuts, like, say, a burger, like when they cost 30 cents. People are people. Anyway, McDonald's has some issues. McDonald's headquarters is in Chicago. Well, it used to be outside Chicago, and then about 7 or 8 years ago, they moved their headquarters into Chicago, and now they are thinking about leaving. And you could guess why. Crime. Crime. Check this out.
The CEO of McDonald's making a stunning revelation to other corporate CEOs. Chicago crime is making it very hard to do business.
Everywhere I go, I'm confronted by the same question these days. What's going on in Chicago? There is a general sense out there that our city is in crisis. It's more difficult today for me to convince a promising McDonald's executive to relocate to Chicago from one of our other offices than it was just a few years ago.
All right. Not great news for Chicago, for somebody in a prominent company, a prominent global company, saying pretty much what everybody's thinking. Well, it's not just the corporate headquarters that are in danger of leaving Chicago because of the crime and the homelessness, and I would suspect very much the overcrowding of the illegal immigrant community.
Corporate jobs. In May 2025, McDonald's began shutting down locations across downtown Chicago. Not because they were unprofitable, because of crime and safety issues. The Illinois Restaurant Association reported labor costs up 35% since 2020, purchasing costs up 35%, and fixed costs up 20%. But those numbers do not tell the full story. An outside source told CBS Chicago that crime and tensions with the homeless were the main factors behind at least one of the downtown closures. McDonald's operates in some of the roughest neighborhoods in America, yet it cannot keep restaurants open in downtown Chicago because the conditions have become untenable. Kempczinski admitted it is now more difficult to recruit promising executives to work at McDonald's Chicago headquarters than it was just a few years ago. Top talent will not move to Chicago. They do not want to raise their families there.
I admit to having a soft spot for McDonald's because of all my years working there. I didn't have a bad experience. I just moved on. Never eat there now. I used to eat there all the time. It's great food on the run. It's fine every once in a while, but you can't really live on it. So I stopped eating it. I might eat there 2-3 times a year now, but I still have a soft spot in my heart for them. I'm somewhat moved by the problem. We've been talking about crime in Chicago probably for all the 20 years that Granite Rock has been in service. And it strikes me as odd that somebody made a decision to move into a $250 million headquarters in the city of Chicago when, for as long as I had known them, and they were in Oak Brook, Illinois when I worked for them way back in the 70s, where it's a little bit safer. And now they're like, hey, this crime situation is terrible. Anyway, crime in Chicago is a reality. It isn't getting better. It's pretty much a nightmare to be there, and I can see why they're moving, and lots of companies are leaving Chicago. One more clip from Wall Street Apes.
This assessment. Chicago has seen a mass exodus of large companies and is now experiencing a 25% vacancy rate in office buildings. Job growth for 2025 ranks 48th in the nation. Moody's reported the state has already slipped into recession. Banner also called out Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson for trying to impose a new head tax of $250 per employee per year on companies with at least 100 employees. The mayor called this pro-business because the money would supposedly fund public safety. Banner called it what it is: punishing successful businesses for creating jobs. McDonald's is not a small company making noise. It supports 67,000 jobs in Illinois.
Who knows where they're going to land? We hope it's someplace nice. And that's it for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.